Good morning. Do you want to hear the most atrocious thing? My coffee maker is broken. I don't actually know if it's broken, but it did not work. RIP to me. So I am going on no caffeine today, which we will just see how that goes. Hey, Laura, good morning. My coffee machine, Franco, my coffee machine is broken, which means I have no coffee. Which I hate the way that makes me sound. Like, I need don't talk to me before my cup of coffee, but really don't. But what are you gonna do? Hey, everybody. Hey, Hannah. Happy Friday. I am like so, and to make matters worse, ended up staying up until like midnight reading, which I never do anymore. Like I usually am asleep by 9:30. So I'm going off of however many 5 hours of sleep, and there was no coffee. So RIP, but it's fine. And you're right, it's gonna be the opposite of yesterday where I was wired. It was wild. It also might have had something to do with the fact that I did go to a coffee shop last night at like 7 p.m. and drink a full coffee. So maybe that's why I stayed up late. Oh my gosh, it's 4 a.m. Laura, good morning. But it is a long weekend Friday, so that's good, allegedly. It was the 7 p.m. coffee. See, I didn't think it was really gonna impact me that much, and I was a liar. And listen, I actually do have another coffee pot, but it's like the problem is I also like slept a little bit later than I usually do. I slept until like 5:30. And usually I'm up by like 5, so then I would have had time to like dig out the coffee. No. So this is all very recent for me emotionally. Um anyway, what's everybody working on this fine Friday morning? I'm on chapter 3, which is annoying. Like I feel like I should be farther. But what are you gonna do? Chapter 2 was like double the length of chapter 1 though. So like, what are you gonna do? This is yeah, I'm revising the revised version of chapter 1 that I worked on yesterday. Uh-huh. Oh. Um, Laura? Thank you. Um, oh, Cranko says, I said yesterday I might finish my outline and then did nothing. So I'm working on that today. Well, maybe I'll finish it on stream or a little after. That'd be fun. Um, I'm gonna be so for real and honest right now. I don't know if I'm actually gonna write during this sprint because I didn't actually finish the book I was reading until midnight. So like, I don't know. Emma says I hit 70K yesterday, but the chapter I'm working on is still not done, so that's today's goal. Oh my gosh, I've been up since 3 a.m. Alyssa, why? I'm assuming it was not intentionally. Chapter counts are hard. I've got little snippets of scenes, but don't know if they should be their own chapters or not. See, this is always tricky too. Um, I never know either. Also, Emma hit 70K yesterday. That's awesome. Woohoo. Are you gonna like finish your book today? That what Emma, this is wild. But back to the chapter counts. It's easy in the book I'm writing right now because it's dual POV. So if like so I just know like when it needs to switch to the other person, but usually I just kind of gauge like does it feel long enough in the edit? Like I don't feel like you need to chapter things out super early. And Laura is also tired. It's just like the tired party today. I went to Disneyland this week. Going to California Adventure tomorrow. That's so fun, Laura. Hope you have a great time and had a great time. Yeah, this is kind of what I figured. Insomnia. Slay. Hey, Devin. How's it going today? Not the Insomnia Gang. No, Emma. Oh, this is right. You were saying this. I'm now remembering. I was like, I don't feel like you were close to finishing. I mean, you're like making a lot of progress. That sounded discouraging. But not at the midpoint yet. But that that is going to be a chunky book. Hello, welcome. It's just funny because like 70K is usually where I land with my whole book. So wild. Hey, hello. The lack of coffee is really starting to show. All right. Let's actually just dive into a sprint right away here. Um Sorry. Okay. Devin is working on beta revisions on chapter 16 and 33. Out of 33. Out of 33. That's what that means. Sorry. I was mentioning this earlier, Devin, but my coffee machine is broken. So we are just out here going on empty. Okay. 120 draft. That lines up then. All right. I'll see you in 25. Maybe I'll even write one word. Who knows? That is the sprint. Oh, there we go. The things I do for you. Um, how's it going, everybody? I just read my book. Well, actually, I finished. It turns out I was on the last page of the book I was reading, and I didn't even know it. So then I started reading just because I've been in my shatter me feels recently, okay? Um Devin is over here grabbing another cup of coffee, and I'm tired with no coffee. Hey Sabrina, thanks for joining. Um Feel free to let us know what you're working on. Uh, Emma says words were written, but not very many. But words, you know. I spent most of the time figuring out a historically accurate street name for where to place a house, even though I could have easily just made it up. So that was a good. Oh, wow. So that was a good use of my time. I had a moment like that yesterday evening. I just ended up really researching a lot about like um in like cop shows or like movies and books, like I feel like this happens a lot where there's like a troubled teen and they're always like getting picked up by the cops and then let go. Like they never actually face any consequences for their action. Like it's just like, oh, we arrested her, but now we're gonna let her off on a warning. And I was like, does that actually happen? Like, would it be possible for someone to like get brought into the station like 8 times a year and not actually face any charges? So then I was looking up that, and it's very unclear. So if anybody has any hot takes on that, let me know. Sabrina's working on a new adult fantasy romance, about 10K into the first draft. It's a struggle, but we're getting there. That's awesome, Sabrina. Thanks for joining. 334 words from Duke of Denver. Awesome. I need Google Maps for 1811 London. Duke of Denver, my coffee machine broke this morning. Or I don't know if it's broken or if there's just something weird going on. Like it is not making the coffee. But it's weird because it's like you can tell it's like trying to make it and then it just doesn't come out. See, I was also not a juvenile delinquent, so I don't know. This is what I kind of am banking on. Like, I feel like if they have connections, they could probably get away with it. I don't know. So, I have a couple of connections I'm going to reach out to. That sounds really suspicious. I just have a coworker who knows a cop who is related to one. So, I'll just ask her if she knows. Um, Desperate times saw a guy on TikTok eat the coffee beans just straight for caffeine. LOL. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'm just gonna read. Like I do not have the mental like awareness. It's really depressing how dependent I am on caffeine. I mean, it's also the combination of staying up too late. So like, are we surprised? But and then I think I'm gonna like maybe sleep for another half hour or something. I don't know. Maybe that would be destructive. Either way, I will be driving through for coffee this morning, is the moral of the story. And I also have all weekend pretty much to write this weekend, so I'm not super concerned, but we are going to do another sprint. And I also don't have coffee beans. Like I just have ground coffee. I'm really confused. Like there's something weird going on. Is it like a $30 machine from Walmart? Yes. So maybe I've done this to myself. But I could just eat some coffee beans with a handful of chocolate chips. And then it could be like those chocolate covered espresso beans. Bottled water. We're going to start working in one moment. But it is caffeine addict core. It's real. Yeah. Also, I have a video coming out this morning at 7:30 that I think you're going to like. That was ominous. It's just the real-time dictation video. I'm very nervous about it actually. Because it's very much like, here is just me dictating for 10 minutes. Like, I didn't put any cuts or edits in it. I mean, I did like before and after and while I'm editing it, but like, I really told myself, I was like, no, for this 10 minutes of dictation, I'm not going to edit it. So you're getting all the pauses and all of my like, I also realized as I was doing it or as I was editing it that like, I don't speak in grammatically correct sentences, you know? I'm sorry, the ghost. Oh, okay. I missed this comment from Cranko, and I was like, this is the most ominous message to send on its own. Like, are you referring to yourself as the ghost? No. But a ghost is trying to break into my room. I'm a little concerned about that. Well, and see, this is the thing with dictation is that, like, I don't know. I feel like people are going to watch this video and be like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't dictate because that was horrible. I don't really think that, but there's a little teeny part of me. Um, and this is also, I subscribe to this. Grammatically correct sentences are for the second draft. Oh, Bottled Water just spent 2.5 hours reading and giving feedback on a friend's writing, and it was so fun and so productive. See, I think doing stuff like that is like very creatively fulfilling, and can kind of like respark that energy. So that's exciting. And I do this is kind of my goal. I hope it is helpful to see it like in real time because there's a lot of pauses. There's a lot of like talking to myself, in the dictation. So feel free to check that out at 7:30, or it'll be like 30 minutes, 20 minutes after the stream ends. That 30, whatever time zone you're in. Anyway, let's do some writing. I say writing. I am going to read the last book of the Shatter Me series, and you all are going to write. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Bye, Meredith. Have a good weekend. All right. I'll see you in 25. All right. How'd we do? Ooh, wow. I read some of this book. Hey, Hessa. Good to see you. Um, this is so sweet. Thank you for popping in. Sabrina got 400 words. Awesome. Nice. Well, I have not been this tired in a long time. Spent time rearranging scenes and trying not to confuse myself. That's the like most confusing part about like revising is like rearranging things and then like trying to keep track of like where did I put everything. It's like one of those memory puzzle games with the cards, but it's like more complicated because you don't know where the cards are. Like you don't even know if all the cards are there, you know? Oh, Alyssa got 500 words of nonsense. That will definitely get me nowhere in this draft. Fun. How horrible is the first draft supposed to be? LOL. I'm reading it back and I'm like, oh Lord. That's how a first draft is supposed to feel. That's how bad it's supposed to be. You're supposed to look at it and like cry. But not everybody does. Like some people write really clean first drafts. Could not be me. Um, one day maybe. But the goal of the first draft is just for it to exist. Duke of Denver got 552 words. My character is flopping right now since we're at the start of her arc and it's painful to see her fail. I feel that way about my male main character. He starts the book rough. Like I had a note for myself in my revision to like maybe make him like believe in himself more. And then I was like, no, he needs to just be sad and overwhelmed, you know? This is real. Sometimes I enjoy making a first draft really terrible because then I feel like my second draft is really improved. Cranko got 1,074 words. Oh my gosh. That's wild. Well, as entertaining as I've been, I'm sure riveting in this stream, I am going to end it here. But thanks for writing with me this week. Well, I didn't write today, but the other days I did. And I'll be back next week. And you can check out my video coming out in about 20 minutes and one on Sunday too. We're back. We're back to a lot of uploads a week. So get hyped for that. I will see you soon. I'm excited to hear about all of your writing this weekend. So you better get some words in. All right. Bye.